Hello everybody. Welcome back to another end of month vlog. I'm managing to get these out at a decent time, even though the last one I posted was in May. Whatever, who cares? I have a bunch of stuff I need to do next week, so we're getting this done now, and I'm gonna post it as soon as I'm done recording it, because that's just the way it is. What was I gonna talk about? Okay, so yeah, the footage for this video is Prey. It's gonna unfortunately be from my VOD from my streaming, because I just don't have any, like, normal footage of this game. But yeah, so I guess I could just talk about that first. Yeah, I decided for streaming to pick up Arcane's version of Prey. I don't know nothing about the original games. I don't remember if Prey did well or not. I ended up not playing it when it came out because I was mildly miffed about certain things with Dishonored 2, which I'm not going into, but after playing Deathloop a few years ago, I realized, like, hey, maybe I should give Prey a chance, because we all know I love Dishonored. I talk about that game ad nauseum. I didn't have a fun time with Dishonored 2, and again, like I said, I'm not going into that. That's a whole other fucking thing. I've mentioned it before on stream, and I'll probably mention it again, but, so I decided, because I keep getting free copies of Prey because Twitch Prime gives them to me, I have this game 3 different ways. I bought a copy of it when it came out, and I got it for free on GOG, and then I think it went on sale for Steam for like $5, and I was like, I think the universe is telling me that maybe I should play this game, and I'm kind of annoyed at myself for not playing it when it came out, because it's a really fun game, and it does not play like Dishonored in any capacity. It's more of a survival exploration game, kind of in the vein of, like, I mean, it's a survival game, but when I first started playing it, I kind of wanted to play it like Dishonored, and then I realized, like, oh, I don't need to play it like Dishonored. I can play it like Fallout. So about 2 sessions in, I switched my brain and started playing it like Fallout, and it became a much more enjoyable experience. But that game doesn't have ADS. Why doesn't that game have ADS? It has so many firearms, and they decided, nah, it don't need ADS. It don't need aim down sights. You can figure it out. Indiana Jones has aim down sights, and you get 4 or 5 guns in that game, and 90% of them are optional? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, that was a really weird design decision on, Arcane's part, because Deathloop has ADS. Deathloop doesn't have that much variety in its weapons, it just has different variations of them. I don't know. As someone who came from Dishonored, the whole idea of having guns is, like, very different for me, because Dishonored uses a crossbow, and you can get a gun in Dishonored, and mostly it's, you know, stabby, use your powers, blah blah blah. But yeah, the game is very interesting. Like, narratively, I don't know if I'm really understanding it that well. Like, it seems to be a very basic narrative. It's just a case of you've been tricked. Now you need to, you know, right your wrongs. But I'm really loving the kind of, like, in-universe. I'm kind of loving the diegetic storytelling between a lot of the characters. There's tons of audio logs. The enemy placement can be a little crusty at times. Like, I'm kind of, like, in the later half of the game. I haven't beaten it yet. I will probably beat it next week, maybe. I think I'm gonna take time on Monday to just sit down and just play and finish that game, because I could literally go beat the game right now if I absolutely wanted to, but, I'm trying to just kind of do everything. Or not everything, but just, you know, get my fill of the game, but I think I'm at that point where I need to sit down and just beat it, but I got to, like, the main kind of, like, hub area, in a way, and I get there, and there's 2 or 3 of, like, some of the strongest, like, mobs in the game, and one of them I don't even understand how to kill. Like, the other ones I figured, I was like, just gonna brute forcing, you know, shoot them, blah, 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 they go down, grenades. But then there's one that I'm just like, what do I do? How do I take you down? I've seen like 5 of you now and I don't know how to kill you. But the game really isn't... So the game is also, I think, was also sold on being like a horror game, and it's really not. It's more of just like a dread, eerie space survival game. Like, yeah, I would put it in the space horror genre, like Dead Space. Like Dead Space in Callisto Protocol, but it's more like Returnal. Like, Returnal is considered a space survival horror, but it's more so just this eerie kind of dread, this like fear of the unknown, and that's kind of... I would put Prey kind of in the middle, but yeah, I'm kind of adding to my lexicon of survival space horror games, because I've played Dead Space, I've played Callisto Protocol, I've played Returnal, and now I've played Prey, and I need to look at more. There's a few other ones that have popped up, but I can't think of any off the top of my head, but, yeah, so Prey, unfortunate that I slept on it, but yeah, it's been a really fun game, so that's the context to why I have Prey footage, and you see my little KT down in the corner. That's what I put on my streams, so y'all know it's my streams, because it's called bare minimum branding, because I don't do webcams, or any of them little title bar things at the bottom of my Twitch stream, but hey, I do try to stream every now and then, so you can go follow me on there. Adamfall has been really fun. I've done a few decently large sessions as of recent. I think I recorded 4 and 5 together. Yeah, I recorded 4 and 5 together. And then I did 6, and 6 was the one where I finally kind of did the big push and did something the game's been trying to get me to do. And yesterday, I sat down and recorded another, like, decently large session where quite a bit happened. So, I'm trying to kind of push through and not kind of beat the game, but I looked online and apparently the main story takes about 10 hours, but if you do, like, the mild exploration, it can take about 16. So I'm guessing, maybe just with my track record of always, like, looking around and exploring and, like, wanting to check all the nooks and crannies, I'm gonna guess that Adamfall might take me about 20 sessions. That's my guess. I don't know, I might get to that point where I'm just like, oh, I locked myself into this thing. But the DLC did drop, or the DLC comes out on the 3rd, so I'll need to download the DLC and make sure that I have that, so I can play through it. But yeah, I'm having fun, and I'm kind of glad that I've paced out these sessions, because one, it allows me to wait for DLC, and 2, I've noticed that it kind of helps, these sessions that hadn't been watched yet get more views. Like, not doing 2 a week is probably the best, but yeah, like, I don't know, I'm just... YouTube analytics always be tripping, they never make any sense. It's like, you do all this and you'll get all the views, and I was like, well, that didn't work, so I'm gonna just do how I was normally doing it. But yeah, the biggest bugbear in the room as of right now, although, no, I'll talk about that in a second, hold on, let me recompartmentalize my thoughts. I have a mild sinus infection, so, like, you can't hear it, but my face hurts, so I'm just like, ugh. And I'm trying my hardest not to take, like, anti-inflammatories, because I don't want to hurt my tummy. Ibuprofen can give you ulcers, and I don't want that. But, so, I was gonna write about this on my Patreon blog, but I decided, screw it, there's no reason to, like, I need to just talk about it to get it out there. The Manhunt script is officially done, and I greenlit it for recording yesterday. So that means after I'm done with this, I'm gonna sit down and try my hardest to record as much of that script as possible. I'm probably gonna do about half of it. From the size of the script, I'm guessing that video might be about 40 minutes long, so not too terribly longer than some of my other videos, but I think, yeah, how long was the Syndicate one was 40 minutes. Okay, how long was the script for that video? I don't even know, I wrote that so long ago. Obviously, the Killzone videos were much bigger, but yeah, so yeah, it's probably gonna be about the same length as the Syndicate video, but we'll see. It may or may not. I have no idea. But yeah, that's been officially greenlit. I'm kind of glad with my retelling. Like, the script isn't as grandiose or as, like, I guess, what's the word I could think? Like, what's the word I'm thinking of? It's not informed. I don't know. It's not as... I don't want to say good, because there's nothing wrong with it. But I guess that's the only word I can think of at the moment. Like, the video is... The script isn't as good as, like, other ones I've written. Like, it is because of how I had to structure it. But, honestly, for what Manhunt is... That's the kind of game that, like, those are one of those games that I would 100%, like, just go experience it yourself. Because the game is really tailored, like, to player experience, because it has a very basic story, it has a very kind of, like, basic mechanic structure, very basic characters, but the takeaway of that game is more so just how, like, the player interpreted it, which is what my script is. So I guess maybe it is different, because I've never written a script solely based off of me watching my own footage and recounting what I've done. Most of the games that I've played have had robust stories, to where I'm mainly talking about the stories and the characters and how much I like those, and the music, and like the cinematography and the photography of it, and then going in with like, oh, in this scene, this section, I hated this boss, or I hated that boss, or these enemies are fun to fight. Whereas with the Manhunt one, it's literally me kind of like doing a play-by-play of just how I was experiencing the game. Yeah, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I need to shut up and be like, hey, no, yeah, this one is different from something you've done, because I can't think of another video off the top of my head where that has been how I've specifically done it. And the interesting thing is that's probably how the Wolfenstein video is gonna have to be, is Return to Castle Wolfenstein at least, because Return to Castle Wolfenstein is a very, you know, standard storied game. So yeah, maybe it was good that I did this Manhunt one before I did that, because now I have a clear idea of how to write the Wolfenstein one. It all worked out! But yeah, Manhunt, the deadline for the Manhunt video I think I said was August. Obviously, if I start recording it today, I can start technically editing it today, because I already had all the footage set out, and footage that I had to get for an additional scene, already got it. So yeah, I could start editing that, and I could start blocking out the original art assets, which I'd already contacted the little group of people who helped me with that, so I need to sit down and figure all that shit out, because I gotta figure out how much I gotta pay everybody. Hopefully not too much. I'm not that broke, but I can't really be bleeding money at the moment for vanity. Or the Manhunt video, yeah, Manhunt video is good to go, gonna start working on it, blah, 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 blah. The bugbear I meant to mention is that I started writing an Indiana Jones video, and even though I told myself I wasn't going to do it, I said, KT, no, you're not going to sit here and write an Indiana Jones video. And then the devil got me, and I ended up having to do it. I ended up doing it anyway. So, I put Great Circle on the PlayStation in the living room, so I could play in the living room at night when my husband's asleep. Because I can't be sitting here at the computer doing it, playing video games at like 2 in the morning. Like, I can't do that. It's gonna wake him up and everything. If people don't know, my apartment is very tiny. My computer desk is literally right in front of our bed. So yeah, it would just be blinding monitors and he wouldn't be able to sleep. There's no other place to put my computer in my apartment where this would not be an issue. But yeah, so put it on the PlayStation. I sat down, turned the subtitles off. I proceeded to play the beginning all the way up to the intro to Giza. Took me about 5 hours because I was just being like, you know what, since this is going to be my playthrough where I want it to be easy but not where I want to just kind of get through it but I don't want to, you know, struggle, I'm going to get as many like little skill points as I can, get as much money as I can, buy all the books that I need, pick up artifacts, like get enough experience so like when I get to other areas I've got, you know, better HP, better health, better stamina, because I don't particularly like Giza, because Giza is very obtuse, but I get it, it's supposed to be harder, but the Vatican level in Great Circle it's probably the best level in that game. I absolutely love the Vatican in that game. It is, the way that it's built, the kind of like the just three-dimensional like maneuvering you have to do. You don't get to do any of that in Giza. Giza is a very flat plane, big open area. And I get it, they're trying to get different, but the area after that, which I don't remember the name of, is the exact same thing. Big, open, flat plane. It's like we never we never really get another, like, section kind of like the Vatican, unless you kind of consider the two little the middle ones, which not really, I wouldn't. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer that we never get to go back to another city in that game. Sorry, spoilers, but the bugbear, as I keep freaking saying, or I guess, am I using that term? Whatever, everyone, I think, knows what I mean by when I say it, is I get through it, I take the last 2 scenes off the PlayStation, it's like 2 in the morning, and I take them, I plug them into the laptop because I want to make sure everything's good, everything recorded properly, because the in-game capture doesn't mess up that often, but, like, it can. So I was like, I'm gonna check them just to make sure everything's good, and I noticed that they're in a weird file format, and I was like, oh, what is... I said, I'll deal with it tomorrow. I plug it into the computer, copy it onto the computer, and then I realized that they're in WebM. WebM is a video format that no system supports. Well, apparently Microsoft does, but no one does WebM. VLC doesn't even like WebM, and VLC plays everything. But yeah, Adobe doesn't take WebM. And so I'm sitting here like, oh, shit! Am I gonna have to play through the beginning of this game again? So I play the footage through a media player, and it just turns everything like piss yellow. It's gross. Like it for some reason it's not encoding like the red channels properly. Like it's so bad. Like obviously I could have gone in and fixed it and tweaked it, but that's so much work. That's so much work to try to like salvage footage that if I wanted to keep, I was gonna have to capture from the media player with like Streamlabs. So I would get the Streamlabs compression on the crusty file. So I tried one other thing, and that was going into the PlayStation 5 and using the in-media capture to capture the media. Because here's a fun fact. You could do that on the PlayStation 5. You could re-record sections of clips and take screenshots of media. Guess what you can't do in the PS5? You can't do that on the PlayStation 5. They don't allow it. And another thing that really annoys me, because I'm going to bring it up, the PlayStation 5, the PlayStation 4's capture, when you would use it to screenshot, it would pause the game momentarily. PlayStation 5 don't do that. I love how the PlayStation's in-console capture somehow got worse features in the better console? How? Why? I'm so upset. So I'm sitting here at like 2 in the afternoon. It took me like 30 minutes of my day dealing with that crap because I had to do all the little nitpicks, all the things that KT, people are like, oh KT, why don't you just use a converter? Because converters always have like 500 meg to 1 gig limits. These videos are like 5 gigs. So I was not gonna use a converter. I'd have to break them down. Like, it was so much more work to try to like figure out, and then I said, fuck it. I guess I'm playing through the game again. So last night, I sat down, 3rd time's the charm, I guess, and played through the beginning of Great Circle again. Didn't skip any of the cutscenes, did exactly what I said I was gonna do, did some meandering, got as many little merit points and monies and badges and books as I could, so my playthrough, so I could, you know, bulk up indie as quick as possible, and it took me 4 hours. So, at least it didn't take me nearly as long as I thought it would. So yeah, all of this for freaking clips of Voss with no subtitles. And some people are like, oh, just get them off YouTube. No one will ever know. And I said, no, fam, we don't play that game. I only play that game if I'm talking about a TV show or a movie. Or TV shows or movies or whatever, because those, you cannot change those in a way to where they become transformative. So those clips, it's like, if you're posting entire episodes of like, I don't know, like Rebels, or like yeah, I'm gonna be like, you know, I'm just taking that, screw you. But if it's a video game, it's different, because it's like whoever made those clips had to go through and play that game, because Great Circle doesn't have chapter select, and it has no new game plus. So you can't even play the end of the game again after the post game, which I think is a big faux pas on Machine Games' part. You should really be able to just go up to that section of the game and just there be a prompt, and then you can just do the end of the game again. Because I would absolutely love to do the end of the game again on my, not my completionist file, but my main one where I put like 30 hours into it, because I, like a big old dummy, I decided to find all the relics, and oh boy, that was not worth it. I found all 50 of them. Took me for ages, but it was not worth it. But, I would love to be able to go into that final fight all decked out. So yeah, it's disappointing that you can't do the final fight again in your post-game save, but whatever. So yeah, this recording file is not gonna be the file I use for the main video. This file is literally just me getting through and getting all these cutscenes and hoping that because I've bulked up pretty quickly, because you can get a lot of stuff at the Vatican pretty quickly that can bulk up indie. So I'm hoping because I had all of that getting through the desert won't be that hard. And I vaguely remember most of Giza, so hopefully it won't be too hard, because the sections after that are not that difficult. And the final area I know rather well, or the second to last, the penultimate area, I know fairly well because that's kind of the biggest one. And it was the one I explored the least. So when I went back to do the post-game, I explored that area tons. So yeah, and I've learned that I can just shoot certain enemies and they will die pretty quickly. But yeah, I can't get any context to half of this crap because I don't want to spoil the game. I also don't want to spoil what my video is about. I think a lot of people might be able to figure it out because they know how much I love how to bait and switch my my smaller little editorials, because I'll be like, oh, I'm going to talk about this one subject, and then I end up just gushing about a character for about half of it. So I think people will know what this Indiana Jones video's about. I don't think it's going to be that much of a secret. I have to, okay? I also have fun little drawings I want to put in it. Half the time it's because I had a kooky little idea or a funny little tidbit, and I go, you know what, no, I gotta make a video, I gotta put all this crap in there. This is why I like making videos. Sometimes I can just make a bullshit, nothing burger video and still find enjoyment making it, even if it doesn't do well. Like that crusty little Wolfenstein video I made. I literally made it because I just wanted to talk about how much I loved Wolfenstein. And I wanted to talk about Fergus for a few minutes because I love Fergus. But yes, okay. I want to get back on track. Wolfenstein, or, Manhunt video. Manhunt video is a go. Hopefully I can get some of it recorded. And I'm gonna try to get some caffeine in me, maybe that'll help. Then the next video will be the Indiana Jones video, and then I'm going to be doing the first Wolfenstein one. That's the Return to Castle Wolfenstein, Wolfenstein 09. Because after I beat Prey, I'm probably going to sit down and play through Return to Castle Wolfenstein, and then I'm going to play through 09, because Return to Castle Wolfenstein really shouldn't take me that long to beat. It's not that long a game, especially if you play it on the easiest difficulty. The game is not that hard. When you play it on the easiest difficulty, it kind of becomes like a funny little run and gun. Like that, I can't wait to talk about that game. I love that game so much. And I'm hoping that with Manhunt, as long as I can get all the graphics done sooner rather than later, because I'm hoping I can get it done by the end of June. I'm gonna be working on both of those videos in tandem, though. So there may be a case where I'm only uploading one thing of Atomfall a week. But I also, this month, want to record some first impressions. Maybe like 2 or 3, so I can bulk out the channel a little bit with some more videos that aren't just a Let's Play or VODs or vlogs. But, yeah, so it may be a case of it may be a case of, if not, the latest for the manhunt video might be July, but I already told my little group, I don't want to call my team, because they don't, it's not like I always actively have work for them. I wish I did, and I ain't got that kind of money, but I already told them that I'm gonna get to the art sooner rather than later, so while the art is being worked on, I will hopefully be able to edit the video and the audio so they can be working on the art, and so I don't have to be working. I don't have to be at the end of the video having to rush through all that crap, because that was the unfortunate thing at the end of the Killzone 3 video. The Killzone 3 video made me realize that I really need to not try to do all of the original assets at the end, or all the unique animated assets at the end, because it can really, they can dip in quality so quickly. But the other thing is those were two characters that I drew myself, so all of the stalls and KTs were done by me. I had all the fills done by a friend. So with the manhunt video, the two of the characters in that are actually getting drawn by two other people, so that will save me a whole heaps of time, and it would be a lot easier to quality control because I'm not having to think about drawing so many fucking frames of these characters. Oh lord, yeah, I'm learning as I go. I have a tendency of just doing everything on my own because I'm like, well, because I kind of have that. I guess this is the part of the video where people can click away, because I'm just gonna kind of wax on about my own machinations about being a creator. Is I'm one of those people who feels that if they don't know how to do what they're doing on their videos, are they really allowed to do them? So I always try to make sure I know how to do audio editing, I know how to do video editing, I can do all the animation, I can do all of the like the post-production, I can do all of the comping where I put the scenes together in Premiere. And so most of the time I'm like, well, I need to do this bit because I need to, you know, show people that I'm not a lazy, good-for-nothing slot tuber, which is hence why I ended up playing through fucking Great Circle 3 times now. Because I told a friend of mine, he's like, why don't you just go get the clips on YouTube? And I was like, no, that is not the KT way. It's like when I say in my manhunt video, it took me over 20 hours to play that game. The KT could have just gotten clips on YouTube. No, we play through it ourselves. That is how we maintain integrity. Oh god, yeah, but whatever, yeah. So yeah, I'm hoping that with my new approach to doing the graphic-y bits, it's not as bad. There isn't that many in Manhunt, but it's still a case of like, yeah, I need to sit down and make sure that I am not putting as much on myself, because I need to be able to be okay with being like, hey, you have this team of people, this group of people that are willing to help you because you are fair and pay them. You don't ask them to do it out of the kindness of their own hearts, which is the other reason it becomes kind of a drawback, because sometimes I don't have money to pay them. Like with the Manhunt one, or the Killzone one, I just didn't have enough money to like pay the people who were helping me, so I had to do a lot of heavy lifting in that video with the original art, which is fine. Again, it's not a big deal. It just means they take longer, because unfortunately that shit takes a while to draw, and even then, I'm not so happy with the ending of the Killzone 3 video, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna go back and change it. We don't pull a George Lucas here. It is what it is. What the hell is I talking about? Oh yeah. I don't know. I need to go. I realize this is 30 minutes long. I have been rambling for 30 minutes about absolutely nothing. So yeah, I will see you all in the next video, whatever that might be. Thank you so much to my patrons, Eric, Carrie, and Tater Tot, and yes, bye-bye! I am so very tired. I've got so much to do.